A recently published report surveyed more than 1,000 professors in the state of Texas, and about half of those professors said that they would consider leaving for an out-of-state job. Here to talk about the survey and the results, we have with us this afternoon Professor Matthew Bodie from the University of North Georgia. He's also the president of the Georgia State Conference of the American Association of University Professors. Good to see you, sir. Thanks for joining us. Let me first start by asking you to explain how and why this survey came about.
I've been doing this survey for about 3 years. The Faculty in the South survey really was started after the attacks upon higher education in Texas and Florida. So the survey started out with Georgia, Florida, and Texas, and it expanded to 12 states now because I believe the issues that are being faced by Texas faculty are also being faced by faculty across the South.
When you say issues that are facing Texas faculty, what issues are you
Oh yeah,
talking about?
I mean directly attacks upon tenure, legislation to eliminate it, attacks upon what you can teach and what you can't teach, attacks upon student services like diversity services. All those things are happening in big states in the South.
Okay, so what did exactly this survey find when you looked and spoke with Texas professors? What exactly were they telling you?
Well, some of the big questions are, would you recommend your state to a colleague in another state? And I believe that 60% of Texas faculty said they would not. That is a couple of percentage points higher than the other 11 states. And then there were questions about, have you applied for a job in the last 2 years outside of your state? And then I asked specifically for the states they have applied for jobs in. And again, most of those people put down states that are not in the South. And then lastly, I asked, are you thinking of applying for a job in the coming academic year? So all those questions and the Texas respondents led the way. Texas had the most respondents in the survey. And so as you point out, a large majority have said they do not like the climate for higher education in Texas. So one of the questions was why you were applying for another job. And the reasons that I listed included broad political climate, and that led the answers. I didn't really define that, but broad political climate and salary were the top two issues.
I am curious, how did you pick the participants in this survey? Was this something that was sent out to everyone, or how did you go about selecting who was giving you the answers to the survey?
Well, I don't have an email for everyone in the state of Texas, so I relied upon my colleagues in the Texas AUP to spread it out through their networks, but I also created a database of emails using departmental websites from Texas and all the other states, and sent out a bunch of emails saying, hey, please take the survey. I had faculty senate leaders send it out. So I don't know how far it got into all the schools, but we got obviously a lot of respondents from Texas, from all types of schools, really.
Your survey got quite a bit of attention here in the state of Texas, especially given the situation that happened here this week at Texas A&M University. There was a professor fired. The A&M president said this all came down to academic responsibility, not academic freedom, which some argued. What's your take on what happened at A&M here?
I think that obviously the president gave in to political pressure to fire this particular senior instructor who was teaching the children's literature class. The reason given that the syllabi didn't match the course catalog, to me, I think is absurd. The course catalog is one or two sentences to describe a course. We will study children's literature in this course. I think they came up with a reason because they did not like the viral nature of the video and how many other people latched on to it. There was another incident too of another professor being fired, I think at Texas State this week as well. And I think that the survey shows that what Texas lawmakers and Texas officials are doing to higher education in Texas is really pushing a lot of people to leave or consider leaving. And I want to add, not a lot of people can leave. They're just really trying to work without a tax, and it's hard to do.
How can our viewers find your survey or get more information about your organization and the results of what you found?
I posted a summary of the survey at our website, aaupgeorgia.org. And of course, there's been some other media coverage of it. It's a two-page summary of the questions I just laid out. And if anybody wants the full databases of 4,000 responses, I'll be happy to send it to them.
Awesome. Okay. Professor Bodie, thank you for joining us, sir. We do appreciate your time this afternoon.